Hey everybody, welcome to another Make It With Me Monday. I'm just gonna scoot my chair into place. Sorry for the little background noise and maybe a little shaking. Alrighty, how are we doing tonight? I hope everybody had a good weekend. Here in Wisconsin, we got a little more snow again. Could have done without that, but I suppose it is still only March. We probably shouldn't complain too much. Alright, before I get started with what I'm going to show you tonight, I just wanted to remind you that there's 2 current Stack and Shuffle classes going on. If you want the information and to sign up, just go to my Facebook page and look under events. Each of the classes costs $15, and you'll get a selection of designer series paper, shapes to put phrases on, so kind of like labels and punches and stuff like that. Some sort of embellishment like a rhinestone or a gem, and then some kind of either twine or ribbon. Alright, so there is currently a Blackberry Beauty one and the Heart and Home collection. Now with this one, I didn't find 4 that really played nicely together, so I added a cardstock color that I embossed with the Stitched Greenery folder. So it's 3 DSPs plus 1 set of cardstock. So those are the 2 Stack and Shuffles that are currently available. And again, they're $15 each, and you can find them under the events on my Facebook page. Alrighty, so let's get started tonight with episode number 54. Woohoo! Alrighty, so I said you needed a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to be using Just Jade. Should be scored at 4 1/4, so we fold it in half to make a standard card. Then I said another piece of cardstock that's 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. Mine is Coastal Cabana. Now, when I first posted, I said you could do a DSP. Hi, Kathy, good to see you tonight. Alternative for number 3, and I had accidentally meant it to be a number 2. So don't worry if you've cut a DSP for this, that'll still work. Not a problem at all. So my third colored cardstock is a Smoky Slate, and that's 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. So you could have DSP replace either one of these, and I'll show you my samples that have the DSP replacing number 2. But like I said, DSP can absolutely replace this one. It will not make a difference. You want to have a neutral circle about 3 inches. Mine is basic white. And then another piece of neutral 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then you want some kind of phrase that's going to fit this one. And you want images to fill up your circle. Then choose some kind of ribbon or twine that's no wider than a 1/2 inch, and that will take up the rest of our space there. And I'm just realizing I left my ribbon over on the other side of my desk, so give me 2 seconds here to figure out where I put it. Otherwise, I'll have to cut something different. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry, gotta wander all the way around the studio to grab it because I was being smart and cleaning up. That will teach me not to clean up again, right? All right, you're going to want to probably have some glue dots, dimensionals, and scissors and your regular adhesive on hand. All right, there we go. I got my ribbon. I'm all set. I'm going to be using the Gray Granite Shimmery Satin Ribbon on mine tonight. And you'll just cut that to fit, so for now, just set it off to the side. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get our image put onto our circle. Tonight I'm going to be using Let's Set Sail. It's in the January to June mini catalog. I just got this recently and I'm actually enjoying it a lot more than I thought I might. Hi Karen, good to see you tonight. It comes with a matching punch, so they bundle really nicely together. And I'm really enjoying using it with the Waves on the Ocean DSP collection that we've got out there right now as a special item. All right. So let's go ahead and stamp our circles with whatever images you want to use. So again, I'm using the images from the Let's Set Sail, and I've got Coastal Cabana to do a little bit of water down here. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp again, and that's just going to leave me a little bit lighter shade underneath there. Kind of like you had stamped off, if you know what that is like. All right, I'm going to do my sailboat in Smoky Slate. And put him like he's in the water. All right. And then my 2 sails are going to be in Just Jade. Whoop, that was kind of squeaky. Okay. So forgive my head if it's in the way. I'm trying to do this. Oh, I actually hit that pretty good. I was trying to do it without getting my head too much in the way, and then I can't quite see where I'm putting those images down exactly. All right, there we go. There is my sailboat. All right, so I have my sailboat ready to go. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my phrase to this piece right here. I think I'm going to stamp that in the Coastal Cabana. I'm going to aim my phrase more to the right side because we're going to do a little bit of flag indentation on the left. So that leaves us room to do that. So have your phrase hit as far to the right as you can. Okay, so mine says, hope it's your best day ever. All right, so that should be the only things you guys need to stamp tonight. I'm going to do some basic assembly while you guys are finishing that up, and this will be easy to catch up on, so don't worry. So you're going to take your piece and fold it in half. It should be scored at 4 1/4. Then you've got your piece of cardstock that was the 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. Go ahead and throw some adhesive on that. You can decide at any point which of these layers you might want to put on dimensionals. For now, I'm just going to stick this guy right down without any of them. Okay? All right, now I want you guys to take that larger piece of cardstock. And again, if you have DSP here, not a problem, use that. And if you remember the way that I like to do my little flag banners, you're going to find about the center of that cardstock, cut up just a tiny bit, and then come in from each corner and meet the point where you cut up to the top. Okay, I'm just going to flip over a little bit just to make sure I got it. Okay, and you should have a pretty close, perfect tab that way. And we're going to do the same thing to our white piece. So again, cut up a little bit from there. And if it's easier to always cut from the same direction, just flip it over. And then you've got your flag there. We do have a punch that makes that little nice indentation for you, but sometimes the width of your paper might not fit. So that's another way to do that and to have a nice clean cut like that when you're done. All right, go ahead and grab your ribbon. And let's start off by making sure you have a nice clean, let's see, where am I gonna put this? Here we go. A nice angled edge to start with, because we're gonna have that angled edge match up with that angled edge. And since mine are gray on gray, it might be a little difficult to see right away. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a glue dot on that end and line it up right about there. So you're kind of splitting the difference between the 2 points of this side, and it's just gonna wrap around. So then I'm going to cut that off at this point, and I'll add another glue dot to hold it in the back. Okay? And where's the next one? Okay, put a little glue dot on the end of that one. There we go. Okay, so like I said, make sure you've got that. You have a straight edge that you can go against here to make sure you're aiming that ribbon in the right direction. Wrap it around, and then that glue dot will hold it in place. And we're going to go ahead and put this piece up on dimensionals, and that'll also help hold that ribbon in place. All right, so grab my dimensionals. Whoop, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put one down here, and I'm going to put one at the other end of that flag. All right, and then this is going to go near the bottom. So maybe, what would you say, like 2/3 down? And you should be able to cover the whole edge, depending on how far your indentation goes. You should be able to get that going over each side. So you have a little bit hanging over each side of that piece that you have down there. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and put our circle shape on there. So again, I would suggest a dimensional up at the top here so that it's the same height as your cardstock or DSP piece that you have right there. And oops, let me make sure I've got this going the right direction. There we go. I put a couple on while I was making my samples, and then I realized as I flipped them over that I had the image upside down, so that's really not going to work very well. And then if you want, you can put a bit of regular adhesive down on this end. That's going to go with that piece of cardstock or DSP that you have down there, and that'll secure it there, and then the dimensionals will secure it up at the top. Okay, so you want just a little bit of overlap, because our phrase is going to come in here next and cover the rest of it. Okay, so you want to have a little bit of that circle showing, but you will cut off just a tiny bit of it. Okay, so here you can do dimensionals again if you want, or you can just adhere that directly down. So I'm going to go ahead and do the direct down. It'll touch the cardstocks. And you can decide how far over you want this. It depends on how much of that cardstock or DSP that you want to have showing. And I'm just going to align mine so it kind of lines up with where my ribbon is going. Okay, so let's go bring that up. So there you can kind of see how everything's put together. And I'll leave it right here for a second, and hopefully you guys are not too far behind me. There was a little bit more stamping involved maybe tonight if you didn't have anything prepped ahead of time. Of course, I didn't tell you what to do ahead of time, so. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that on screen. So if you're still stamping, don't worry, you can catch up. And I'll just go ahead and show you my alternative samples for tonight. Okay, so again, this is the set sale from the January to June mini catalog. Then I went back into my annual catalog. Thanks, Karen. I really love this combination too. I'm gonna miss Just Jade, I think, when it leaves our catalog this year. All right, so then I went back into my annual catalog and I grabbed out a couple sets I haven't used in a while. One of them is the Celebrate Sunflowers, and that's on page 17. So I used Cinnamon Cider and Bumblebee and Shaded Spruce, and I dressed up my piece of spruce by just stamping the leaves tone on tone in spruce. And then I stamped my sunflower onto the circle and then colored it in with my blends. And I have a little bit of the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. And then again, so like I said, Bumblebee, and then that white square there. And the Let's Celebrate comes from that stamp set. I believe the full phrase says Let's Celebrate You. I just masked off the word you because I just wanted the Let's Celebrate to be there. All right, so that's Celebrating Sunflowers. Then I went to Butterfly Brilliance. Now, if you have this set, it's one large stamp that has, I think it's either 5 or 6 butterflies on it. And what I did was I took a piece of regular white cardstock and I used my blending brush to color a whole rainbow of pastel colors over it. Then I stamped the butterflies and die cut them with the matching die. So the butterflies have a little bit of maybe an ombre look or different colors depending on what part of that cardstock they got cut from. I will share that picture on my Facebook page so you can see what it looked like. Once I had it all done and cut out. So I use, again, the dies and the Butterfly Brilliance. Butterfly Brilliance is on page 106. And hi, Joyce, good to see you tonight. And the Brilliant Wings die is page 158. And then I took the black gingham ribbon that's currently, it's still available to order. It's not in the mini catalog anymore, but you can still order it. But I colored it with my Pale Papaya blend so that it blended in with my Pale Papaya piece right here. And on the Pear Pizzazz piece in the back, I just took it up and just crumpled it in my hand a bunch of times just to give it a little bit of a textured look. Okay, so that's the butterfly version. Oop, go ahead and do this, I think. All right, then I went back to the mini catalog and I pulled out the tulip set. And I used the one piece it's a very large piece all the way across that die cuts these little tulip shapes. And if you look really close, I did it in 2 colors. So there's a Blushing Bride and a Poppy Parade, and they're just offset by just a tiny little bit. It might show up better once I take the pictures. You'll see it there. And then I stamped and punched one little flower to, hi Mom, good to see you tonight. Pop it up off that circle, and I used the Stitch Greenery on the background of the Poppy Parade piece. And I added a couple of the iridescent rhinestones. And then this is the pink cotton ribbon. Comes in a pack along with, I think it's Misty Moonlight, on page 43 of the mini catalog. So the Flowering Tulips are on page 16, and the Stitch Greenery die is in the annual catalog. So I had lots of fun with this layout. Thought this was really kind of fun. And then I'll show you my stepped up version of my sailing one. So I took, instead of plain color here, I used the Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper. Still played off the same color palette. It's actually where I got the color palette from to do the Jade and the Coastal Cabana. Hi Tina, good to see you tonight. And then I added some of the rhinestones, the Waves rhinestones. Again, the DSP and the rhinestones and the foil packs of paper are only available for a limited time while supplies last during this promotion. The set sale bundle, the Waves of the Ocean bundle will appear in the upcoming catalog, but the really cool DSP and the fun accessories are only for a limited time. So go ahead and snag those before they are gone. Love, 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 love them. They are so, so cool. All right, and then here is the inspiration piece. It was done by Becky Edson, and I got it in a swap. So you can see she did similar with the Stitch Greenery leaves, and then she used, Tina, remind me, I think you have this set. Is this the Rain Boots? Is that where the watering can comes from? Because I don't have that set yet. but I think you do. And then this is from a collection of ribbon in the annual catalog, so it comes with one of those gingham jade parts there. So yes, this was again my inspiration piece that I got in a swap, again from demonstrator Becky Edson. All right, so there is all of my versions for tonight. This layout was really, really fun. It comes together pretty quick. And flowering rain boots, yep, thank you, Tina, that's what I thought. Comes together pretty quick, I think. The biggest part is what are you going to do for your focal image? And like I said, with this one especially, it was easy because it was just a couple die cut pieces and then I was done. So I think, I thought this one was really fun. I hope you guys did too. Please go ahead and share what you created with this layout tonight by uploading your photo onto either the event page or the video when it gets posted. Love to see what you guys created with yours. And again, if you were interested in either of those stack and shuffle classes I mentioned at the beginning, go find the Facebook page, look under events, and you'll see them both there. One is Blackberry Beauty and the other one is Heart and Home. All right, everybody, I will see you again next Monday night. Have a great week. Take care. Bye now.